Okay, so this is an example of a study. So it's a vehicle market study, and you would then probably have a different study that you'll be doing. And then here, as you can see here, we have a set of research questions and another set of different research questions. But then the overall objective of the study might be to identify the best vehicle for a specific purpose. So obviously, specific purpose will then change based off the actual study. Maybe the best vehicle for families, or maybe that's your research question or research objective, or you would say the best vehicle to go off-roading. That would be another type of objective. And from what your objective is, that's when your research questions will also link with your research objective. So from here, we have different types of research question, where another research question was, what are the most important vehicle features for people? And another one was, how do people prioritize different vehicle features? So this is more focusing on the features of a vehicle. And another question would be, what are the different factors that influence people's choices or vehicle choices? Or how do people's needs and preferences change over time in terms of vehicles? Or how do different demographic groups, it could be age, income, family size, gender, and all the different demographics differ in their vehicle choices. So if let's say you wanted to explore, if your research objective was around understanding who the vehicle, what's the profile of a vehicle owner, or what are the different preferences of vehicle owners, that would be a good question to have. So these are just different types of questions you would have for a study that focuses on a vehicle market. And another one is, what is the best vehicle for families with children or young children? Another one would be, what is the best vehicle for people who commute to work? What is the best vehicle for people who like to go camping? Would be another question. Or what is the best vehicle for people who are on a budget? Or you could ask, what is the best vehicle for people with disabilities? So if your study was around, finding out what was the best vehicle for, different like people with disability or something along those lines, if your research objective would then focus on that. So those are the different types of research questions, and in your study you would also have your different research questions. But now I just want to show you guys how you then go about analyzing these from what respondents will then respond to. So I've just had an example of one question. So I'm just going to highlight here. So this is a question. So you can see. Cool. So over here we have respondent ID, which is respondent 1, 2, and then until respondent 18. And then our study, for example, had 18 people responding. So for each row, you would then put so respondent 1, let's say you had more than one question, you would then again maybe have question 2 somewhere here, and then you'll see, so it will also always go, so the structure is important in thematic analysis, where you have your respondent, you have your question, where you'll say what your question was, what the answer that the respondent gave. So from, if you had a focus group that you actually took a video, or if it was a conference, you then will then input the answer here in writing, what the respondent actually said for question 1. And then here you will have topic code. So the first step is to have a topic. Topic would be a variety of things. So looking at what people said and trying to link what you asked, and then you would code, but I'll show you as well what these codes, it's good to use codes in terms of numbers, but then these numbers actually translate into actual words, what the topic is. So topic number 1 might be a different word. You see, we've used topic number 1 for respondent 1 and 2, and then we've used topic number 1 here on respondent number 9, based off similar things that they've said. So you look at what the themes and what people are saying. If people are saying similar things, you start then grouping those things. So topic number 2, we have the respondents answers going under code number 2 for their topic, and then I'll show you what the topics are. And then if we open up these topics, which is your first step, so when you start, maybe you might not have the topics, but you could also have topics, so based off what your research objective is. So if you know already what you, let's say, if I ask respondent number 1, what is your favorite vehicle feature? So you could maybe have a list of all different vehicle features, but within your data, like your data, like we have here, and then kind of like code all of them. So for safety, you see safety has code number 1. So for everything that's safety is code number 1. So you could maybe start with these and say, okay, I want to have safety, I want to have this, I want to have that. Or you can go and read all the different respondents' answers and then pick up what people are saying, and then start and say, okay, people are talking about safety. And then maybe start from there and say, okay, I'm giving safety number 1. Or if you can do it the other way around, where you already have them, then maybe you can have 5 to start with, and then the more you read what people said, you can then increase in your topics. So then we read. So as you can see, what number 1 said, what is your favorite vehicle feature? Respondent number 1 said airbags. I think they are essential for safety, and I feel more comfortable knowing that they are there in case of an accident. So in terms of a topic, that you give that code number 1, which is safety. So let's see what respondent number 2. So what is the important vehicle feature to you? So this a respondent said safety rating. I want to know what the vehicle I am driving is. I want to know that the vehicle that I'm driving is safe as possible, and the safety rating is good, and which is a way to measure for the respondent. So safety comes up twice. Then if we can jump and look at another safety, which is that. So you would have to read each of these. So here, this person also spoke about, we said, what is the safest vehicle on the market? They said a Volvo XC90. It has been awarded the highest safety rating by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. So that also falls under safety. But obviously for you guys, you might even have lesser questions. So here it's just a variety of different questions just to show you. But if you had standardized questions, if you have 3 questions, you would then have question 1, and then you would have all your respondents that answered question 1, then under question 2 as well. So everyone will answer the same for question 1. But here we just had different question 1s just to show you a variety of questions. And then if we look now in terms of topic number 2, we asked the respondent, what is the best vehicle for families? And this respondent said the Toyota Sienna, and then continued to say it has a lot of space for passengers and cargo, and it comes with a lot of features that are designed to make it easy to take care of children. So when you analyze what this respondent or person is saying, and based off your features or based off you as a researcher, what you're actually thinking about, you would actually read this and say, okay, this person is a family orientated person, and they after family friendly features. So after for a vehicle for this person, whether it was a female or male, they value family features for their vehicle. So you can also color code your topics and say, okay, for family friendly features, I'm going to give it maybe this dark orange color, which is number 2. And then for all the other number 2, so now you can proceed and look within your data, where else can you find number 2 if you don't have a lot of data. And then you can say, okay, let me read what other people said. Then you can browse through, and then it's already been done. But if we can read here, what is the best vehicle for families with young children? This person said the Chrysler, because it has a lot of space for passengers and cargo, and it comes with a lot of features that are designed to make it easy to carry children, which is similar to what the other respondent said. Then you also going to color code that, so you know, okay, that also falls under family. So if, let's say this was, obviously you start off blank, you would then give it a number 2, and then say what is number 2, you copy, and then let's say this was blank, and then you also paste what number 2 is. So I'm just leaving these here, but in essence, all of these would actually be blank, and then you would actually have to start from scratch to say, okay, this is number 3, this is what number 3 means, whatever you're gonna say. But here I just have them just to guide you guys. Go back. And then another one here, with the question was, what is the best vehicle for families with older children? This person said Toyota Highlander. It is a larger SUV that is more spacious for older children. So this person is also after family-friendly features. So you're also going to give that that code. So you'll give it code number 2, and then from your topics you can then give that. Then you can see, okay, there's no one else that spoke about family-friendly features. Then you go back to read the next respondent, which then says, what is the most fuel-efficient vehicle? And then they said the Toyota Prius. It gets great gas or gas mileage or kilometers, which is important for families who are on a budget. So here, what this person is after, they're actually after a vehicle that is great on, you know, mileage and is good for the on the budget. So here you can decide based off what your research objective is. So fuel efficiency, some people might see it as performance, some people might see it, but mainly it is performance, because your vehicle is fuel efficient, but then it will perform well. In another case, it can also be around finances, because this person is talking about a budget. But then depending on your study, but if this study was about maybe about the affordability of vehicles, then you would bring in finance, because this person mentioned a budget. But then what else you can take out of what this person said is that they said it's great on the gas or petrol or fuel. So because this is more of a study that is looking into vehicle features and performance, you would then say it's a performance topic. Then you can give that a different color, and then you then also look into your data again and see if can you find any other number 3s. Then this person, we asked, what is the most fuel efficient vehicle in your city? They said the smart vehicle. It is a small car that gets great gas mileage, which is important for people who live in the city, which is more similar to what the other person said, although they focused more on the budget than this person focused on it being great for the city. But what's similar to what they both said is that they said it's great on fuel efficiency, and obviously that's performance. Then you're also going to code that as that. And then you'll then go back and check if are there any number 3s within your data. Then if you don't find them, you then go back to the next respondent, which is number 5. Then you read what the respondent said and the question, what is the most important or what is the most popular vehicle in your country? Then they would say Toyota Corolla. It is a reliable and affordable vehicle that is popular with people of all ages. So here they mentioned more. So your question was around popularity, and then obviously in terms of your topic, you would then also align it what your question was. So here you were looking into popularity, so you would give that a topic of, okay, this person is focusing on the vehicle being popular. Then you can give it another color code, and then you can name it number 4. Then you can check in your data if are there any number 4s. So if there's nothing else about popularity, you then go back and check what else. You see, actually there's also budget, so you could have also used budget there, but let's see, it's a different question because this one spoke about fuel efficiency, and then budget here is focusing about affordability. So yeah, what I've mentioned. So here it would say, what is the most affordable vehicle? And this respondent said the Hyundai Accent. because it is a great option for people who are on a budget. So if this person is focusing on budget-friendly vehicles, so you would also give budget code number 5, which is the next topic. Then you would then give that a different color as well. Then you would look into your data if are there any other number 5s. Then here we saw a question that says, what is the best vehicle for people on a budget? They said a Kia Rio, it is affordable, a vehicle that is still reliable and fuel efficient. You see, although they mentioned fuel efficiency and affordability and reliable, but then your question was more around budget. So here we focus on budget, but on what they said, it could also fit under performance, but if the question was around the performance of the vehicle or fuel efficiency, so we give it the same color as budget. So these are the things you need to look out for, what your research question is and what the answer is. So you already know what you are looking for and what people are saying. You just need to encode from, so other people might write, you know, long columns, or they might say a lot of stuff, but you need to pick out what you want within the richness of the data. And then we go back and then we see the next questions or respondent 8, which then says, what is the most environmentally friendly vehicle? They said the Tesla Model 3. It is an electric car that produces 0 emissions, which is good for the environment. So here, this person is actually, so we might even change this because let's see, here it says design. So is it really about design? No, but maybe about emissions. If we are focusing on 0 emissions, from what they said, it's good for the environment. Yeah, we might say number 6 is emissions. So although you'd like have done your topics up front, you then have an opportunity to also change and from reading again and say, okay, no, maybe now you need to use it as something else. Then you would give it a different color. Then we also look into our data. If we have anything else that relates to emissions, then all of these have been, so the next respondents one has been covered because we gave it the code number 1 for the topic. Then we go to the next, which is respondent number 10, where here we asked, what is the most comfortable vehicle to drive? They said the Lexus LS, because it has a luxurious interior and a smooth ride, which makes it a pleasure to drive. So this person, as you can see, pleasure to drive, so they're into the driving experience. So even inside the luxurious interior and smooth ride, so that speaks to the driving experience that this person is after. So our next code, we would then give it driving experience. Then we might also give that, let's see if we can find a different color, then that speaks to driving experience. Then we can also look into our data. Is there any other question or any other response from respondents that spoke about driving experience? So we don't see anything from reading what people are saying. We then go back to the next, which is respondent number 11. So the question here was, what is the best vehicle for off-road driving? And this respondent says the Jeep Wrangler, because it has a rugged, it is a rugged SUV that is designed to handle difficult terrains. So this person speaks about it's designed to handle difficult terrains, and as you know, the vehicle, you can also drive it on the road. So it's a utility car. So as a researcher, you also get to put your voice when you're doing this, what people are saying, and you also have to interpret. So they actually value the car because it's designed to handle terrains, but they're not mentioning that you can also drive it on the road. But you as a researcher, you would know that actually you can also drive it on the road. So it's a utility car. So now you can create a new topic, which is related to utility. Then we can give it a, let's see if we can get more colors. A different color. And then let's then look if are there any other responses that relate to utility. The next respondent, we asked what is the best vehicle for towing. They said the Ram 1500. It has a powerful engine and a strong towing capacity. So it has a strong engine and a towing capacity, and it's good to also drive. So it's also a utility car, although you only asked about the towing, but from what the person is saying, they saying it's good for towing and it has a powerful engine as well. So it's a utility vehicle that's also used for daily driving. So the next respondent, which is respondent 13, we then asked what is the best vehicle for camping. They would say the Toyota Tundra, and because it has a lot of cargo space and a tow hitch, which makes it easy to take camping. So as you can see, they spoke about it's good for cargo or space, so it's utility, and you can also tow stuff, and it's also easy for to take your camping gear. So it's also a utility vehicle. Then we go to the next question, which was what is the best vehicle for commuting? And they said the Toyota Camry. It is fuel efficient and easy to park, which makes it a good choice for people who commute to work. So this one, so it's, as you can see, this respondent said it's a good choice for people that commute to work. So it's good for the purpose that is meant for. So it is meant for commuting for work. So this person actually sees it as purposeful. So you would then create that topic which then relates to purpose, and we would give that a different color. And then maybe if you say no, I want to have a maximum, but I would also encourage us to have a maximum of 9 topics. You don't want to go on and do 1,000 topics, so that you are able then, because your next step is to group your topics into themes. Themes are then, it's what you will then take into your final report, or in terms of the higher level summary, you would then take those themes into the higher level summary, which then groups all your different topics based off your research objective. So here we asked what is the best vehicle for people with disabilities. They said the Honda. It is a wheelchair accessible, and it comes with a variety of features that make it easy for people with disabilities to get around. So here, because mainly we did not focus on, let's say, disability, and then it only maybe came up, let's say one respondent spoke about one thing that wasn't similar to what others said, you can then maybe group that into other. So other is like the smaller group, so you can then give it a different color. Then the next step, after you've got your topics, you then move on to your themes. So your themes will also have codes. So your themes, I would also suggest to keep your themes maybe to 4, but as you can see here, we went up to 12, but it's just to show you that you can also go up to more themes. But let's say if you had 5 themes, you would then group a group of topics together. Then here I'll open the themes, which is where you end. So based off what people said, as we can see over here, speaking to safety, so the theme here is safety features. So these people are after safety features, as you can see, and you can give it a different color, because now you're focusing on themes. You can say, okay, all the safety features are blue, and we're giving it blue. And then the next theme is family friendly features. So here you see it was a topic. Sometimes you might have your topics becoming your themes if they're already rich enough, and then you can also just have that as your second theme. And then we look for, it's actually theme code number 2, and code number 2 there. So as you can see, we've also grouped these into theme code number 2. So here is fuel efficiency. and then the other theme is fuel efficiency features. So we would then look for relevant topics that are relating to fuel efficiency features. So it's more like high level. So you're lifting all the stuff that you've done to actually make sense. So this is where if you had to, you know, do like maybe, so depending on what comes out from your study, you could then actually send this way far in terms of advertising to have your catchphrases, maybe to say this vehicle is powered with safety features. So it's actually things that are coming from this type of research where people have said that, you know, this vehicle is known for safety. And so this is where you can get different catchphrases, or actually not even catchphrases, but you can position your different brands. It could be a vehicle or any type of product, or if it's a certain brand that you're looking into. So we would then give that a different color. Maybe let's give it that green. So we also look where else can we find fuel efficiency features. As you can see, it also links with that one. And where else do we have fuel efficiency features? You would also go back to your topics to see where else did you see fuel efficiency. So it's only those two. Then the next is popularity features. We give that a different color. Then where else in our topics was there something about popularity? Nowhere else, so it's just that one. Then the next, we create one based off here. We saw budget came up more often. So another way to determine if it's worth doing a theme, if you see multiple topics. So as you can see here, we had 3 safety, we had 3 family friendly features. So budget as well is coming out twice. So we also create a budget theme. Yeah, we can give it that color. Then also there's budget. Then another one is environmental features, which is only one. I remember there was one, which then you can also group. Let's say if you wanted to have only 5, you would then group the rest just under other, because here you see there's one environmental comfort. Okay, another one is utility, which is off-road features, which is another. Yeah, so here I think that's also worth having. So let's say you also had environmental, we will give that. And then we look into comfort features, which is number 7. So that will also have a different. Running out of colors, so hence you must like just stick to, but it's just showing you, just stick to few colors or few themes, like 5 max. And then another one is off-road features. Then we can see that actually speaks to utility, off-road. Is there anything else that speaks to off-road? No, camping. So all of these are just the 111. So you could group these, especially so off-road, towing, camping. These seem like similar. You could have a theme that says, because it has to do, yeah, I think travel. Yeah, travel. Yeah, I think travel friendly. You could create travel friendly, which is number 8, and then you can just give these because they all relate to travel friendly. Yeah, camping, and yeah, I think you could give those a number 8. And let's see, this one spoke about commuting to work. Yeah, you can give this maybe number 9, and then number 10. It's like pushing it to the max. So commuter features, but that's also travel. So you would also say travel friendly. So yeah, you see now your theme on travel friendly is increasing. And let's see, yeah, this might be other. Yeah, it is other even there, but you could have more under other. And then you would then have your themes, where now if we try and then just isolate our themes to see how many themes we actually have. You can just copy and paste that, and just remove duplicates. Let's just remove duplicates. You can see we actually in total have 9. So from here you could also again review and see what other things can I group together, like comfort features. Can they go under something else? Can you create another? Travel friendly seems like a big one, and family friendly features. You could maybe, based off your study, like look into the data again. It's okay, maybe can create another one and just condense your themes into lesser, themes. But yeah, those would then be your themes that are coming out from the study. So from what people said, from the overwhelming focus group that you did, then you transcribed all of those into remember, each row is one person, what this person said. You can have question 1 there, question 2. So for question 2, you can then also have the same structure going to the right. So you can create the same thing that you did for question 1. So these will be themes for question 1. And then you do the same for question 2, same exercise. And then if you had question 3, you can also do the same for question 3. And then from there, you can then go back to what was my research objective. Then from there, you can answer. So let's say if this was what's the best vehicle for, I don't know, to identify the best vehicle feature. Then you would say, what is the best vehicle feature? Looking into your themes, and then from the frequency that your themes actually. So from here you can actually even create like a bubble. So like if you wanted to visualize this, so you could even say theme count. You can count how many times safety comes up 3 times, family comes up 3 times, fuel efficiency but once, travel comes up 4 times, and you can just check out the other. Let's see, popularity 1, budget 1, 2 times, environmental features that comes up once, comfort also comes up once. So you can also isolate the ones and see if can you probably group these together. But then in a sense where you just wanted to highlight what themed actually came out more, as you can see from here, we see travel friendly was the most important feature in terms of a vehicle, what people are looking for, followed by safety features as well as family friendly features. So then you can answer your research objective that majority of respondents mentioned that the best vehicle feature is travel friendly. Yeah, travel friendly. I don't know, features or mention that. What is most important to them is travel friendly features in a vehicle. Then you could also say safety, and what else was said? And family friendly features was also mentioned as some of the most important vehicle features. Cool. So you see, we've done now the whole thematic analysis, and we've answered, obviously, if you had what. So here we've answered the research objective from looking at our research questions. We then looked into each of the what respondents said. We've coded our topics. You could have a separate tab where you have your topics and themes, and let's say if you pre-created them, you can have them there, so that when you're reading through or creating your thematic analysis template, you can then just go on and start having your topic codes, but you would know what code number 1 means or code number 6. So if you already have them, you can just go and read and say, okay, this one is code number 8, then give it a code number 8, and then read and say, okay, this one is code number 6, give it a code number 6, if you already predetermine what your different topics are. And then themes, you might not necessarily be able to determine, but you could determine topics, because your topics will then guide you on what themes you must actually kind of like condense to have. But yeah, basically that's the process or steps you would take in order to do a thematic analysis.